Woo. Oh, what's up? What's up, y'all? I know it's not a ghost. It's actually me. I tell you, man. It's your man Rico, the opinionist. Yes, it's been a minute, y'all. Your boy done been in the lab trying to get this thing together. Continue to keep it going. So I haven't posted, I guess, any videos on my social media in a minute. My poor YouTube channel, and people tired of waiting on me. I think I lost 3 subscribers waiting on me. I tend to do that. Uh, I don't know how I'm going to do this YouTube thing, and I don't like to post every day. There are people who post 3 to 5 times a day. I mean, they post. I look at some of the YouTubers that I look at. They have, and Facebook, for some of the folks, Facebook, but mainly YouTube and TikTok folks. They post, when I see their posts, it's like 30 minutes ago or 2 hours ago or yesterday, and they post all the time. I guess I won't be considered a legitimate YouTuber until I start posting 5 times a day, as if I don't have anything else to do. I would have to make YouTube my life. And man, so I take like 3-4 weeks, sometimes well over a month before I post anything. But I've always been like this. The same way when I wrote my newsletters and when I write when I actually write, I have to feel like it. I have to be in the mood. I don't like to, be on a schedule, because whenever I say something, I want to be heard. I don't want to just be thrown out. And I like to take my time. So that's probably why my stuff hits so hard, because I take my time. But, I guess as it relates to making cash off of it, it's not, So I'm working on it, y'all, but I'm back. I think I have a couple of videos I'm put on Facebook, but everything else I'm put on YouTube. About the kids in Chicago, I'm put that on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna put 2 videos on this page, but everything else is on my YouTube channel. Thoughts about things. May even talk about Epstein files, but I'm gonna put that on my YouTube channel. My opinion about the Epstein files being released, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel. All that stuff like that. Y'all come over to my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. I lost 4 subscribers. Y'all gonna give me those 4 back. And also, this Cash App on here, this PayPal, is always active. Feel free to hit your boy up. Nothing's too small, nothing's too great. I'm telling you, because I really come from opinion. All right, so I'm gonna let more of y'all come on in here, and y'all share this live. It also helps too, because Facebook has let me know we're not gonna push your stuff through the algorithms, because I have stuff like posts removed, warning. This post goes against our YouTube standard. I have like at least 2 or 3 of those. And they send me a message. Look, we just gonna push your stuff through slowly through the algorithm. So some of y'all may not get this live. I'm doing it right now. The playback, you may get it probably, what's the day? Thursday. So you may not see this live until Friday evening. So, but just how it is. I'm thinking about just do a panel one. Are you going to do a panel one on this on one day? A panel. What's that? What are you asking, Michael? I don't know. Hear what you're saying. You're gonna do a panel one day? A panel? Like open up my YouTube channel for people to call in and talk about the particular topics? Because I don't like panels. That's a whole lot of cross talking, and I don't get involved. I don't even watch panel discussions on YouTube, because it just gets into a whole lot of talking over people and nobody's really heard and all that kind of nonsense. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm a one-on-one kind of guy. I'll share the thoughts. If you want to call up or hit this link right here and talk to me about something, I don't mind. I don't, just because I've done all that kind of talking. I just like to share my thoughts, and I'll hear yours. Those of you who like to share your perspectives. I don't mind. Sometimes you hit that little green button there, and I'll pull people up. But as far as that panel stuff that people do, it's just, maybe I've gotten older. I'm over all this nonsense. But anyway, let me hear it because I have a client that I have to see at 5 o'clock. Yeah, I'm seeing clients. Y'all know I start subbing, and I'm seeing clients. So I really don't have time to just post. But being a sub, You get a whole lot of material, a whole lot of content. These kids are, man, oof, off the charts. So anyway, I may do a whole sub thing on my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna waste that good content on my Facebook. So anyway, but I want to share this though, because it's my hometown of Memphis. Look, you know, the little weaklings finally got them what they think. I call it a temporary win. The Shelby County mayor and then the city councilman who was super district. Let me do it again. Lee Harris, the Shelby County mayor, and then you have J.B. Smiley, who is the super District 8 city councilman in Memphis. That represents my district. I'm in District 7, which is North Memphis, 38108, 38107, and then but the super district goes a little wider. The District 7 city council person, which is McKaylin Easter Thomas. You know, these are two voices that you have not heard in Hollywood and Chelsea and Springdale. District 7 has never had any representation. People just run and they win based on popularity, and they just sit silent, like this District 7 city councilwoman has done. She's gotten a job at Lemoyne on being a teacher or something right now. That's what she thinks about Hollywood and Chelsea and 38108. Oh, the black section. Now, I'm sure she got her ass all in Harbortown, all over there. But the black section, the poor black sections, none of the city councilmen that we've always had, the Super District 8 and the District 7, they've all just pissed on the black section of City Council District 7 and Super District 8. Now you have this member of Kappa Alpha Psi who likes naming streets after rappers and giving the key to the city to rappers. Yeah, that's what we got. Then we got this woman who's, I think she got in trouble with some nonprofit dollars, trying to get her husband to hook up by she being the city council twist. All kinds of mess. We just get nonsense. We've always done that. And so, but that's not, they're not the topic, but they're part of the reason why Memphis continues to suck. It's been a whole line. First, we had to worry about white folks pulling the city down, but then you had those Leadership Memphis blacks. Y'all keep Leadership Memphis right there on Union. Leadership Memphis, I think it's on Madison or Union. You'll see it. That's where they train these kind of Negroes. They give great speeches, but their speeches are there to kind of glaze your eyes over and trying to smooth you in. But if you've gone to college, you have an education, you know how people try to perfect their public speaking skills, because that's the thing. If you can be a great orator or be pretty good at public speaking, not saying that either one of these two I just mentioned, they don't speak very well. But someone like a Justin Pearson who's been able to master it, and people think, oh my God, he's fighting for the people. He just mastered the art of communication, articulating a particular point to people. So, having said that, Lee Harris was a city council. He was a District 7 city councilman, and he was there for maybe 3 days before he left and ran for state representative. He won that. Then he was there for like 2 days. Then he ran for Shelby County mayor. So this is the longest he's ever held an office. I think he's doing like 2 terms on this. And so they really have to get him out of that office, And shout out to Dr. Fagan. I hope she wins, because she's the only one that I would vote for in that Shelby County race, Dr. Fagan's, because she's proven that she actually cares about black kids and all that. So shout out to Dr. Fagan's. You get all these, even though she's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, but I don't think she's part of the boule-ish part of the nonsense. And so you got all these black Democrats all over the country fighting for everybody except for you. 95% vote of Democrats. They don't fight for you. Look at your neighborhoods. Look at your schools. Your girls are turning into boys. Your boys are turning into girls under Democratic philosophies and politics. But they want you to be concerned about what Trump is doing. Trump's a racist. Your 5-year-old has the right to get a sex change operation without the parents' permission if he or she feels uncomfortable in the 5-year-old body they was born in. That is the philosophy of of Democrats, especially them white liberals, Jews. The white liberals, they're the worst. But they're following their script. And I'm saying all this to say, you ever notice, even in Chicago, wherever there are National Guards, the people who are upset about the National Guards in the black sections of the cities where crime is rampant and people have been like, damn, what's up? Can we get some relief? They're upset at the results. They're so mad at what's happening in D.C., what happened in D.C. They're literally, I think these people, these Democratic blacks and these Democratic liberal whites and Jews, I think they are somewhere with a pot, like a witch's pot, throwing in recipes and conjuring up a spell. I think they're brewing up something, so they're praying that this fails because they want to win again so badly. I'm telling you, the elections of 2024, you're talking about a steel-toed boot to the ass across all of the demographics, all of the genders, all of the race, all of them got their asses mollywopped. And so instead of becoming decent politicians to their constituency, the Democratic constituency, particularly these black folks that keep voting Democrat, they decide to put the country in an uproar with the help of the media. So I said all that to say, Trump has sent the National Guard and troops to the various cities, right? And y'all know the role of the National Guard. They're just kind of like standing there and say, look, we ain't here to start them. We're just trying to make sure stuff gets done what they're supposed to do. They don't bother nobody. But they put out they got with the CBS, NBC, ABC News, and they said, they're mistreating the people. They're mistreating the people. The National Guards are mistreating the people. Well, I don't know what news y'all watch. I watch the same stuff on social media, the same news, not this corporate news on TV. I go straight to social media because people have cell phones and they have the whole story on there. And isn't it interesting when they're saying that they're mistreating the immigrants and all this, the migrants? I have not seen them really. Let me tell you what I've seen. And y'all pretend that y'all don't see this because y'all hate Trump. This Trump deranged syndrome, I'm telling you, I am a counselor. I've been doing it for 25 years. Y'all need to see me for this Trump derangement syndrome? Come holler at me. I can tell you about it. I'm going to give you a Dr. John Henry Clark book. I'm going to give you a Dr. Claude Anderson book. I'm going to give you a Neely Fuller, the code, the compensatory code book. I'm going to give you that book. Because this is kind of insane, no pun intended. But a lot of stuff that's happening is pretty cool. But the Democratic side has purposely kept up hysteria, all in the name of protecting their new voting base. And black people, I had to educate my poor mother, who will be 75 in a few months. I had to educate her because she listens to that regular news and those regular talking heads. Oh my God, they just mistreating them people. Let me tell y'all something. I keep it simple. I don't get in all that deep dialogue about nothing. I just keep it simple. Let's go to the beginning. When they had them at the border and they were locking them up and they were trying to sneak across the border, they're locking them up and they started yelling, they're separating families. They're separating families. And then I have to go back through the annals of history. I said, separating families. People, authoritative people in the police force separating families, or people in control separating families. I can't think of nothing. No other family has been separated on this soil in this country except for foundational black Americans when Africans were kidnapped and brutalized into slaves in this country. Y'all know the stories. They sold off our families. That was separating families of people who didn't volunteer to come here. Y'all right here fighting for rights of people who don't have any rights. You snuck in the country illegally. But all of a sudden, we're all human. Well, black people are human beings, but they put into the system that we're 3/5. And that's how we're still viewed today. And then we got these bootlicks and these traitors. 3 groups of blacks who have always been the bootlicks and the traitors of our race. They're the black Greeks, the black gays, and the black preachers. They're the ones who are screaming the most on behalf of people who broke the law. They broke the law. Here you go. Let's say someone, you going out to church, right? You going to church, you praising the Lord. You come home, you got somebody in your living room, feet propped up. They done bust through the window. Came in, sitting down, watching your TV, eating your food. You say, hey, what the hell you doing here? You got to leave. Then they tell you, well, shit, I've been here all day. Why I got to leave? I ain't got comfortable on this couch. I'm going to take that room in the back if it's all right with you. You're like, no, you can't. So you going to treat me inhumanely? So you just going to throw me out in the streets? I ain't got nowhere to stay. You hear how stupid that is? That's how y'all sound when y'all be defending people who broke the law. And I keep asking the question. No one wants to answer me that's black. Can you take your black ass to Venezuela? Can you take your black ass to Mexico? Can you take your black ass to El Salvador and all those countries? Can you take your black ass there, number one, to the border on foot, on raft, or in a tube or whatever? You think you can sneak in there? You know they have laws where you can't sneak in there. Do you think you can sneak your black ass, foundational black ass in these countries? Any country. First, if you make it through there, because they really kicking your ass at the border. Then number two, you think if you were able to sneak in there, they'll give you $5,000 a month in money, 6 to 8 months of free housing, free health care, and most importantly, put you in the white side of their country and let you just live the life of luxury and you get to talk crazy to the white folks in their country? Somebody answer me, goddammit. And don't mention Trump. I ask you something, a very simple question. Because, see, I'm trying to see, how did we get involved in this shit? We ain't even got reparations. Y'all talking about, that treating them inhumanely. There are a lot of immigrant groups here who actually came through the front door. Hey, Yasmin. Shout out to your husband and your son. What's up? I be watching y'all videos. Y'all still traveling. What's up, Ronald? And Shantina, what's up? Melissa, what's good? And so, y'all tell me. And anybody asks this question, you must have some, what's the word they want to label you? Xenophobic. No. I'm pro-black. And so, I said, well, wait a minute now. How we involved in this? We always involved in somebody else's bullshit. And none of those groups ever stand behind blacks when we demanding reparations. Ever. Hell, a lot of black folks don't. And so in the city of Memphis, y'all sitting here letting these sorry, inactive, inept, sorry city councilmen, sorry as county commission. Y'all know it's not all of them, but y'all know the ones whose face always in the news, these particular 2 or 3. Sorry, tell y'all. And I keep telling y'all, those who are just against Trump, they're not fighting on behalf of black people. They're fighting because their Democratic mandate says we have to always fight Trump. I don't give a damn if it's helping black folks or not. Our mandate is to fight Trump. And we got caught up in that shit like we're some hypnotized drones. Yes, I must hate Trump. Yes, he's not the only president that's been white and possibly racist, but he is the only racist. Yes, my lord, I shall follow your orders. That's how we act. Stupid. They said on CNN that he is next to Hitler. Oh no, but ignore Joe Biden. I don't have these conversations with folks. I can't talk to stupid people. I just move on about my business and I just chill. So the people who are celebrating the troops, first of all, let me say it again. These people who are really against the troops being in Memphis and in Chicago and Boston and anywhere else, they're a member of these 3 groups. And I challenge you, if you ever see them in person, ask them if they are. Ask them if it's a Negro preacher, if it's a homosexual, or a member of a black Greek-led organization. These are the 3 groups of blacks who've always been the turncoats in our race. They're the ones who always, rest in peace, Steve Coakley, who had his series of Busting Out the Boule. And then you go to the Ghetto Times, DYMZ.com. Go to that website. You'll see it called Boule Files. Go check out who these folks are. It's not just me talking. Dr. John Henry Clark spoke about these 3 groups of blacks. Matter of fact, it was these 3 groups of blacks who created all the way from what's that man, Wilkinson, Roy Wilkinson. That all the way back in the 30s, these Negroes been active. They didn't want to hear, they didn't want to do what Marcus Garvey is trying to tell us. They wouldn't dare think about what Nat Turner was talking about. And they fought against Malcolm, do for self, because they wanted access to what white folks have, not only in their jobs, but they also wanted access to white people's bedrooms. Do you understand? These three groups of blacks. They wanted integration, not independence. They didn't want that for blacks. Because these three people are black gays, black Greeks, and black preachers. All three of these. Everywhere you look, they're everywhere. Every political office in the black community, if they're black, they're either black gay, black Greek, or a black preacher. And look at the hell that these black communities. But they look good. Their children are well fed. They received all the envelopes from the white developers and the Jewish developers that develop in your black neighborhood, but they're the ones fighting against crime ending in these black sections of these cities. Look at the news. Being white, Asian, all of them are part of that bull crap. And so, of course, those of you want to know, Rico, you must be a Republican. No. You don't have to be a Republican to tell the goddamn truth. I'm an independent. Anyone who's ever known me growing up in Memphis known that I've always spoke my own mind. I've always looked at both sides and all around and have seen the bullshit. And so I've always kind of, been alone and stuff. I said, oh, no, I don't want to be a part of none of that. Nah, I don't do well in groups because groups have you doing nonsense. Again, if you don't believe me, go and research all these people who are crying, it's not the people of Memphis who are upset about it. The people on the streets who have to walk past the corner store and all this nonsense that's going on, and it's kind of gotten quiet, and they hate it because Democrats make money off of poverty and crime. Did y'all know that? Yeah, the Republicans ain't shit. They'll redline your ass out your neighborhood. But hey, that's part of it. If we understand racism and white supremacy, nothing else should confuse you. But if you don't understand racism and white supremacy, everything you see will only confuse you. I'm not confused because Neely Fuller taught me. Dale Jones educated me. Go Google these people. Dale Jones, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Amos Wilson. The scholars educated me. I don't know who teaching y'all. Y'all sit around here still shocked at the behavior and action of these three groups of blacks they refer to them as gatekeepers. Y'all hear gatekeepers all the time, but Brother Steve Copeland and Dr. John Henry Clark put a face on these Negroes. Black gays, black Greeks, and the Negro preacher. Now you got some preachers be trying to talk that black stuff, but then they be still, trying to get you to come to church and trying to baptize you. That's a bunch of nonsense. They'll never talk about what other groups talking about. They understand economics. Yeah, Memphis, all them black folks, and still act like apartheid South Africa. You got 600,000 black folks there, but 2,000 white folks still running all your leadership. All the white folks run all the banks. I mean, just like old apartheid South Africa. And now the so-called leadership in Memphis is going nuts because this particular white man, who don't give a damn about nobody. He came in to be and acts like an arrogant billionaire white man. Don't give a damn what nobody thinks. And got him running ragged. He don't bow to nothing they say. He don't give a damn about what they think about. Hell, the white Democrats don't either. But as individuals, these black Greeks and these black gays and black preachers, they get a little something for themselves. So they're all right with the white liberal racists. Did y'all hear what I just said? That's what's going on all across the country, whenever there's troops or anything. Then they say, well, they're just using to bring ICE in. ICE needs to be in Memphis. ICE needs to be everywhere. It needs to be in Chicago. It needs to be everywhere where people have broken the law. If I break the law, my ass is grass. If you break the law, Negro, your ass is grass. Well, Rico, is it all the members of these black fraternities and sororities? Of course not. But based on that 24 election, they sure got together to raise $5 million for a bitch that lied about being black. And they tried to boost her up like she was black. But of course it's not all. It's just Roland Martin and the other gay dudes like him. Because I happen to know, what's up, Coaches? I happen to know some brothers who are members of a Divine Nine. Cool. I know some sisters. Cool. Cool people. But I cannot, because I like them and they possibly like me. I'm not going to not tell the truth. We have organizations that's got this rotten apples in them. We do. Be it the church, be it the social clubs, all that. We got people. We got some Benedict Arnolds and some Sambos and all of our stuff. And so we said, Mario, not me. Okay. But yeah, I do, man. I'm a people person all over the place. If you cool, I'm cool. If you about black folks, you about black folks. But seem the one that we seem to be electing are the ones who are on their script, who are on script with this stuff. They don't mind dogging out blacks to get their own little, just to move up. They don't mind. And we've had too many of them for years. The main advisors to Dr. King was a flaming homosexual. Shout out to Bayard Rustin. The Obamas even did a Netflix movie about him. He was even in the movie. I saw a clip of him getting his cheeks clapped by a white man. You think that Negro was about black independence? As soon as Dr. King was murdered, 2 years later, 68, 69, 70. In 1972, they had one of the first gay pride parade. And guess who was the the grand marshal of that gay parade? Him. He said it, and these are his words. Bayard Rustin. Remember, Mega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. He said, it's no longer about civil rights. It's about LGBT and gay rights. It's been, but Bayard Rustin, you son of a bitch, it was about gay rights all the time. All of them used black folks to get the other stuff passed because they're too coward to fight for human rights for black folks. And go look at his record. It's been expunged. He was caught in 1959, I think, in a car with two white men getting his black salad tossed. Some politician just expunged his record. Some liberal politician, I think it was a congressman, some state, just expunged his record. We've always had them among us. And so in Memphis, in Chicago, look at all the black politicians who are against the troops being there to break up this crime. They're either black gays, black Greeks, black preachers, or they're gay and Greek together. All right, I've said enough. I need to get myself together. I'm going to see my client in about 5 minutes. Woosah. But I know it's been a minute since I've been on here, so y'all know I'm talking my ass out. But hit that Cash App, y'all. Hit that PayPal. And yeah, Memphis, y'all know how they go to court. It's just what do you call it? Performative. They got an injunction, and the injunction is because the governor kind of overstepped his bound when he ordered 100 more troops. But that's okay. They're gonna get that. It's gonna be overturned, possibly. And so they like, yeah, we getting the troops out of here. All the people who hate black people are cheering. Those politicians in my hometown of Memphis and Boston and Chicago and all over, they're all cheering when they get those little injunctions to get the troops out. ICE needs to be there. ATF needs to be there. They've had over 2,300 arrests, found over 100 missing children. So all of a sudden, now y'all want to get active because the white man that y'all been told to hate has gotten active on y'all ass? Get out of here. Y'all pay attention. That's all, Black America. And I'm not going to keep losing money and losing sleep messing with y'all, trying to tell y'all this stuff, because all it does is get me hate. And I don't like that, because I'm an Aquarius, man. We like everybody. But also, if you're a true Aquarius, you like to see justice for all, and justice especially for your group, your people. But I digress. I got to get out of here. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. I'll be back at 6, maybe like 6:10, because this is just an hour session. So, because I want to talk about this different world. I want to talk about that. They're rebooting Different World, and also pay homage and tribute to the illustrious, the iconic Debbie Allen. So y'all give me an hour. I'll be back. Okay, y'all spread the word. Rico coming back with that fire. Y'all be cool. Peace.